Peter Lazaroff, the Chief Investment Officer with PlanCorp.
Peter Lazaroff, Chief Investment Officer at PlanCorp.
Peter Lazaroff, Financial Advisor with PlanCorp.
In school, you're given a lesson, then a test. In life, you're given a test and then a lesson. And money lessons can be very expensive. And here's the thing, in my 15 years of working with individuals, institutions, corporations, most people just want to know, am I doing the right thing? And it doesn't take that much to help build people's confidence. Sometimes it's even just one or two tiny little tweaks, and they can have a totally different trajectory for their financial lives.
My name is Peter Lazaroff, and I'm the Chief Investment Officer at PlanCorp, the author of Making Money Simple and host of the Long-Term Investor podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about making money simple, and it's going to be up to you to decide which path to take. Our human brain really struggles to understand and picture and visualize exponential things. Basically, every choice that you make with your finances compounds over time, and that's why compound interest is a really core piece of what we're trying to do. One more real important concept to nail down is the importance of starting early. The sooner you start, the sooner you get a benefit from this. So that's why I want to focus today on how can we make compounding work in our favor. With investing, the more you're paying, the less of the return you're going to end up keeping. Because all too often, people make decisions without thinking about the future. Close your eyes and think about what the day before you retire looks like. You know, I'm a big believer in dividing the goals that you have for yourself up into three categories. 5 years or less for short term, 5 to 15 years for medium or intermediate term, and 15 plus years for long term. Retirement on that list of priorities has to be number one, in my opinion. Has to be. There's a lot of things in life you can take a loan for. You can take a loan for school, you can take a loan for a car, you can take a loan for a house. You cannot take a loan for retirement. Priority 1A is going to be the emergency fund. Generally speaking, when I'm talking emergency fund, this is to meet unexpected cash flow needs. What about debt? Paying down student debts, buying a car, going on vacation. The debts can be paid down while you're saving for retirement and contributing to an emergency fund. There's a lot of research on happiness and money. The thing that I think resonates the most with me is this idea that we get a lot of happiness from purchasing experiences. The research shows that because those experiences tie to memories, the lasting effect of it is much stronger.
A lot of times people think of finances like the gym. And when you go to the gym, you wouldn't expect a 30 or 60 minute workout to result in a lifetime six-pack. But here's the thing, it's just 30 or 60 minutes with your finances can give you the financial equivalent of a six-pack for decades to come.
It used to be more difficult to automate your finances. I know that when I started my career, and I'm not that old, I had to manually move a lot of this money back and forth. But today, you go back to this and you see, what do I need to save every month? This is it. Financial success doesn't have to be that complicated. It's really just about taking the time to go through this intentional planning process and sitting back and automating it. If you don't have to make the decision every day, if you've decided to make it every day automatically, you're always going to make it. If you give yourself wiggle room to not make that decision, you might not make it. And those little tiny choices, again, hard to notice in the short run, impossible to ignore in the long run. So as we're thinking about prioritizing the goals, if there's one thing that you're going to take away today, it's the importance of prioritizing the retirement savings, prioritizing the emergency fund, and then trying to structure your goals in a way that makes it easy to make good choices that compound in your favor over decades.
What I like to do is help people realize that even though investing is a complex activity, it doesn't necessarily require a complex solution.